Okay, so you are ready to start your weaving project. And I'm just going to explain a couple things. So this year you have done things like painting and drawing and ceramics and paper mache, and all of those are different kinds of media, okay? And this is just another one. This would go under the textile arts. And there are many kinds of textile arts. There's things like sewing and fashion and knitting and crochet and all kinds of stuff, okay? But this would fall under the weaving category, okay? And so you're going from paper mache, one of our messiest projects, to a very clean project, okay? So just kind of keep in mind that weaving is just another form of art, and I think you will find your little electronic device pouch will be kind of a nice project right now, especially coming out of paper mache. Okay, so the difference in weaving versus knitting or sewing or something like that is that you start with a loom, and a loom is simply a tool, okay, to thread to make a piece of textile art. And so your loom right now is cardboard. On Schoology, you'll see that there are some examples. You can see some pictures of actual looms, okay, actual big looms, and but this is just another one, okay, so on a smaller scale. So when you start out, a couple other things I have done already for you, and you've probably seen me working on it. This ugly color string, or not as pretty string, okay. And so that part of it, the up and down part, is called the warp, okay? And that's the part I've already done for you. What you're going to work on is the pretty color string, which is called the weft. So warp and weft are the two directions that you go. So weft is across. So when you start out, I have this one here that is blank. Make sure you understand this is the top. There are probably, you'll see the loops and some string hanging there. Just ignore it. Don't let it freak you out. I have kids every year, oh, why is this hanging there? Can I cut it? Don't cut it. Don't tie it. Don't cut any of these warp strings, okay? So you're going to start at the bottom where there are no crazy strings down here, okay? And you're going to start simple. You're going to take your tapestry needle, okay, I have it threaded already, and you can thread it either by just shoving it in there, okay, or sometimes if you're weaving textile challenged, you can take a little piece of paper, you take the end of the yarn like so, and you're going to shove that guy right in there, okay? And so sometimes the yarn is kind of hard, so that is a good hack for you. All right, so you have your needle threaded. There is no need to tie it. Tying is always like, there's always some drama with cutting it off, so we're just going to leave it. The tail won't hurt anything, okay? Just kind of be careful. So when you start at the bottom, you're just going to go under, over, under, over, under, over, okay? And I'm going to pull the string, so I have a single one right there, okay? And I'm going to leave just a little, like an inch or two, okay? You're just going to leave it hanging there. Don't freak out, just leave it alone. It'll be okay, okay? So you're going to go under, over, under, over. And you're going to keep doing that, going around and around. So when you get to the end, like I've gotten to the end of my first row, then you're going to flip it, and go under, over here. I usually do two or three strings at a time with my needle. As you get higher up here to the tippy top, it'll get tighter, and you have to do one at a time. But for now, just do the best you can, under, over, under, over. When you get to the next row, where am I? Here we go. When you get to the next row, back around the front, I'm going to finish that, flip it over. Okay, so I'm ready for row number 2. So the first row I went under here, so you're just going to do the opposite that the previous one is, okay? And that is the most important thing to do. If you start going and doing the exact same, two things: it won't hold together, okay, and you're also going to see more of this the warp ugly thread that I have already strung for you. So what you want to see are the pretty threads, the pretty colors and stuff, and that is showing that it's holding together, okay? So keep going, you just kind of keep going. As you work, you will eventually get to the end of your string. So we're going to pretend right here that this is the end of my little string, okay? And so I finished, and you can end at the edge if it makes you feel better, but there's nothing wrong with ending in the middle. All you do, I'm going to pretend like this is the end, okay? So I have a little tail, like an inch or two right there. You're just going to leave it. You're going to take your next string. You can switch colors, you can keep doing the same color, you can do it however you want, okay? And you're going to thread your needle again. This is what you do. So I ended on this little one right here, okay? So I'm going to take the last two unders that I did, okay? So see, those are the last two. And then I'm going to pull the string out, and I'm going to leave another little tail there, okay? Leave the tail. Don't pull it all the way out, and you're just going to keep going around, keep going from there, okay? Oops, I think I made a little, did I make a boo-boo? Yep, I did. So if you make a mistake, just go back under it, okay? And it's also not a huge deal if you make one mistake in the under over thing. You're going to have so many rows up here that when you squish it together, you're not going to even notice one little mistake, okay? Now, if you make many rows of mistakes where you do the wrong thing, that will be a problem, okay? So just kind of keep that in mind. Now, as you work, as you get your rows done, you're going to keep squishing them down like this, okay? If you don't, when I come around, I will squish it for you, and you will hate me, okay? It'll feel like I'm crushing all your dreams. So just keep smashing, smashing as you go do your rows, okay? So I think that's about it. You're going to keep going. As anytime you need more string, you just come up and get more, and you should be good.